Alright, so it says 1 1/3 cup boiling water. So I'm going to get 2 cups boiling water, put it in this bowl, and then I'm going to make it, and then I'm going to measure out 1 1/3 cup after that. Stop it. Let me stop. So I made sure the water was boiling, and I measured out 2 teaspoons of chicken broth, and I'm going to pour it in and then stir it. Okay. Alright, so for the recipe I need broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots. So first I'll start by cutting the carrots ends off, the bad parts. And then I'll peel them. Okay, now I'm going to cut them into circles. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to move on to the broccoli, and I have to cut this part off because you don't really use this part. And what you want are these little small ones. And really just pull them off. And then cut off the ends. Okay, now that I'm done with the broccoli, I'm going to move on to the garlic. What you can do is just push down. That makes it easier to get the skin off of them. Okay, now that I pulled the skin off of them, I'm going to mince them. Okay, now that I cut the broccoli and carrots, when I went to the store I couldn't find any cauliflower, so I had to buy it frozen, but I thawed it out. And it's about the same size as the broccoli, so it'll work. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix them together. And then this will be the vegetables in the dish. Now that I'm finished with the vegetables, I'm going to have the chickens, which is just cutting them down the middle. Okay, so I just sprayed the pan with vegetable oil, or canola oil. But now I'm going to put the chicken in there, and this has been sitting for 1 minute, letting the oil cook up. Now I'm going to put the chicken in and let it sit for 10 minutes until browned on both sides. So when I first put in the chicken, after I ended the video, I put garlic on top of it. I forgot to show that. But it's been 10 minutes, so I'm going to take it out and put it in this clean bowl. Okay, now that the chicken's out, I'm going to pour the vegetables in. I'm also going to pour the broth in. And I'm going to add the rice. And I'm going to heat it to a boil. And then, after it gets to a boil, I'm going to put it on low and let it sit for 15 minutes. Okay, now that it's been 15 minutes, I'm going to add in Parmesan cheese and stir it in. So I'm just going to pour it on the top. And then stir it in. rice is almost cooked. Okay, after that, I'm going to add back in the chicken. And then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of paprika, but I don't know why we don't have a teaspoon or half a teaspoon, so I'm going to be using 1/4 4 times. I'll stir it in after. 2. Not bad. 3. 4. And then I will stir this together. And I'll turn up the heat, and then it's pretty much done. Is it on? So I'm actually not turning up the temperature. I'm going to leave it on low. And since the chicken's already in, I put paprika in, I'm going to put back on the lid. And it's going to sit for another 10 minutes, and then it'll be done.